And before we get to the announcement, I want to talk about the like Titans League as a whole, as it's kind of 3 seasons, because 18 months ago the whole project started. It was every 6 or so months we had a season, and the whole idea, the whole vision kind of behind it was give consistent opportunities for players to play the game. Obviously, give consistent content, that's good. But the most important thing was giving additional motivation and a true path to rising up for talented Age of Empires 2 players. Because like the norm for events, right, is you have like maybe a certain amount invited, say 8 players invited. And if it's a top 32 event, you then have 24 players who qualify. Or more recently, it's been just 8 more qualifying spots. And you have players who are maybe top 30, top 40, top 50, prepare and practice and play, and they get motivated and they do all this stuff. They spend an entire weekend. Some of them, they might be 1 game short. And then the next weekend, they spend the whole weekend, and then they're 1 game short. And they make like, if anything, like $80, $100. There's varying examples behind it. But I, as like a caster and a player, and I talked to a lot of the scene, is like, began to realize like, we are not young as an esports team. We're just not. We're all old. You guys are old too. It's like, you know, past a certain point, you might really be passionate about it and might really have like, good strategy, really love the game. But it's like, you can't do that and hit a brick wall because our top 16 is so good and still have motivation to continue. And there are a lot more people. This is negative. It's going to be happy. Okay. Just negative time. There are a lot more players who are really good, closer to retiring right now than closer to committing to full-time or anything like that. Not that full-time is necessarily a realistic dream for people, but that's the reality. That's the reality. And so TTL is not enough money to, you know, keep people doing it as a job or whatever. But it's a path for someone who's like, okay, I can't do what Hera just did in the finals. But I'm sick of like losing in the 2nd or 3rd round, and I'm sick of like practicing and doing all this stuff and not being good enough. So what I can do is I have a path. And like the level, it's silver, which I did cover, it was 3 months ago, was insane for a lot of these guys. And then you had people getting to gold. And it's like, okay, instead of just getting smashed against a Viper, Hera, Leary, or something 1st or 2nd round in 1 set, they have the whole thing, they have that whole season to save themselves. That's the idea. And so for those that are passionate about TTL, am I hitting my... Oh, God, okay. Earthquake! Oh, God, sorry, I didn't realize. I'm so focused. I move my hands a lot, all right? Sorry, I got distracted. So my point is, for those of you that really supported TTL and really cared about it, just know I've received more appreciation from players for this event than I have for any event. And I think TTL is not everything, and there's tons of events running all the time. I really hope that like the focus that, you know, viewers shift to and everyone shifts to is we gotta incentivize the next generation a bit more, because like I said, you know, that we're not young, we're an older esports scene, and you know, you got to justify your time. It's not about like making big bucks. It's just like, I can't, past a certain point, you can't spend the time it takes to play the game if there's just no monetary reward. So I hope with that like if there's future events, that the amount in qualifiers, even if the main event's top 16, I think that's fine. I hope the amount in qualifiers goes up, because I feel like it's been pretty low right now, and I will hope to do that in the future as well. And so, yeah, I want to just say a couple thank yous here. Thank you to JBR, who adminned this season. Thank you to Robo, who adminned early seasons and helped me with the idea as well. You guys don't know how much work that they both have put in, JBR especially, this season. Listen, silver, gold, platinum, 4 months. It's a lot of scheduling. We had to stick to a tight timeline. I love the player base, but y'all don't read the freaking handbook. You guys don't respond on time. Some of you do, thank you. But you know who you are. If I had to WhatsApp you or make phone calls and do stuff myself at like midnight when I just spent 8 hours covering TTL, I love you to death. But like that stuff happens, right? And I'm hoping that it happens a little less going forward. JBR is kind of doing a lot of that. And he did a really good job, and it's been a pleasure working with him. So I would be remiss to not thank him. Also, this will go a little bit further. But to Hardy and Ugly, who have done all the work with me, you know, over years now, but like uploading 4K videos consistently to extras, getting all those out at a really good time, editing in the results, all those things to try and make this as easy to watch in video format and as professional as possible is like, yeah, it's their full-time job, but it's not like you're not really getting days off because I was just casting all the time and there's sets all the time. So really appreciate it. They really care about the channel and they really cared about the project. So thank you guys. It's a lot. And I for me, that cycle becomes normal. And when other people are also working within that cycle, sometimes I don't get to say that as much. So yeah, thank you. It means a lot. And then like, I don't know if I'd go with the fans or the viewers, the players first, but I just want to circle back to the players real quick and say thank you to the players that really took the format seriously. I apologize if I came off at times quite aggressive, if it was clear to me that someone didn't prepare or look at a map much at all. I'm really passionate about the game, and the problem was the bar was set really high. The bar was set really high by certain guys who came in and they're like, okay, I'm probably going to be relegated out of gold. Let's go to town here. Let's take it serious. And you could tell when the players are motivated and love the strategy and love the competition of it all. So to those of you, which is most of you, that maybe all, I don't know the situations, that did that, thank you. And thank you for the time investment and for helping with the schedule. Like, you know, like this was a bit weirder this year, ending on a Thursday, for example, which is a whole nother thing. And then to the fans and the viewers who watch Titans League and like believe in the format, thank you very much, because it was way more work than anything I've ever done. And we did 3 seasons within 18 months. It's a lot. I went to Australia for 2 weeks in between games and came back, and I've just been moving nonstop ever since. You know, I see the comments on YouTube channels, and those of you who see what this event can bring, it's not a perfect event. There's a lot of flaws to it. Thank you for that. All right. So, am I hitting my table still? I never used my camera. I could have fun with that. So that was not the announcement. The announcement is now. So thank you guys for being here. Listen, I had way too much coffee one morning, like 3 weeks ago. And I have been doing way too much planning and thinking about the future. And I just decided to tweet, like, you know, it's just so easy. And I just tweeted I X'd it, or whatever the crap we're supposed to call it, Elon. Anyways, so I did that, and I was like, announcement of an announcement of an announcement. And no, it's not new headphones. Paradox. These headphones are classic. Yes, I wore them with my very first MP3 player when I was on the school bus. Not this pair. I bought new pairs. I'm keeping this company in business. Anyways, this is fine. Where was I? Anyway, so I teased an announcement because I'm really excited about stuff, okay? The problem is some people love to be teased. Other people don't like to be teased. And then if I have now teased an announcement and I don't say what you want me to say, that could lead to people being little upset. So here's the deal. There were a lot of guesses. I thought it'd be one guess. It hasn't been one guess. We've had people guess Liquor League in 24-hour streams. We've had people guess Hidden Cup. We've had people guess that I'm leaving Facebook. And we've had people guess that I'm retiring. Which I'm not doing. It's okay. What would I do? Seriously. Besides sit here and watch Age of Empires and not be involved. I'm not retiring, okay? I'm not retiring. I don't know why people thought that. And no, I'm not pregnant. So, here's the deal. I've been working hard, and I have a lot of plans and things I'm really passionate about. There's a certain order of events. I'm so happy that I got you guys with that. Oh, people really thought that. Oh, thank God. I didn't even practice that. I'm so proud. Anyways, there's a certain order of events which things have to happen, okay? And there's some, I'm going to swear if you've got children watching, there's some epic shit that I've been cooking up, and I'm real excited and really motivated, okay? And It's going to be good. All right. So the next step for me as a streamer is to leave Facebook. And today was my last stream on Facebook. They signed me for 2 years. Many people speculated. They did have the option to extend me, keep me here. And I didn't really know if they were going to do that or not until a month or two ago. Kind of assumed. I didn't know. And we're going to part ways. Which means I will be going to another platform. And it means I'm going to have some conversations this week. And all this sick shit that I'm planning on is going to happen. It's going to be awesome. All right? Here's the deal. When I left Twitch for Facebook, there were 7,000 people who expected a Hidden Cup announcement or something they were going to be excited about. And people were not expecting that. Understandable. Okay. I did once make a video like faking that I was going to Facebook. Because I never expected that they would, it was not supposed to happen. Okay. And so we, since have taken that whole thing down. So anyways, the point is like, I had to make a move that was clearly the best for me, my future, my family, clearly, right? I still love to do this, and I love to do what I do, and am so passionate about it. I'm more passionate about it now than I was 2 years ago. And that was like the first time that it was a lot to handle, right? And it was the first time that I received a lot of negativity. Whether it was deserved or not important to debate. I wish I could have been more transparent. I wish I would have been able to sort my emotions out a bit at that time, but it happened. And I did the worst thing that anyone like on the internet can ever do if you're going to get bad responses. And I read every single comment on every single forum post, whether that be Reddit, AOE Zone, Twitter. I was in a rough spot, dude, and I read every single one and immediately after that announcement, and I just crumbled, and it was rough. Seeing names that had supported me say certain things, even if it was an emotional time for them, they might not think it anymore. I read it. Dude, I still remember names of people who said I was view botting in MBL's chat. They were having a conversation about it in 2015 when I was having lunch when I was working at a supplement store. I remember, it just sticks with you. I can't remember what I'm supposed to get at the grocery store later for dinner, even though that was told to me by a woman I love more than anyone. But I can remember that. And it just kind of stuck with me, right? It was so rough. It's actually kind of funny because I went like full like emotion mode. So I'm like in the shower listening to Simple Plan, Untitled, and Welcome to My Life. If you do know those songs, we had similar childhoods. It was just rough, man. And I didn't know. And it was scary. And I didn't want to lose viewership. But I knew that 2 years on Facebook within a lifetime of streaming is just like, it's the blink of an eye, right? And I knew like, guys, there's going to be a day. This is reality, okay? There's going to be a day where there's no official support for this game anymore. There's going to be a day where there's no expansions. There's going to be a day where I may have 20 people watching me cast. And you may be like, T90, what are you talking about? There's no way. What are you talking about? It wasn't that long ago, like 6 or 7 years, I'm sitting in front of the same 20 people. I just got really lucky, worked really hard, and a lot of things fell together, but that's the reality. So these 2 years have had an effect on my future as a person and being able to support my family and whatever else in a way that an opportunity I shouldn't have had. I had to take advantage of it, and I hope you realize I worked really freaking hard the last 2 years. So to those of you who came here, made an account, I mean, we've got 2-year sub anniversaries up here. To those of you who did that, at a possible inconvenience to yourself, thank you. Hold on. No, I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. I tried to pre-cry before the stream. It didn't work. Just know that means more to me than maybe anything that we will experience in the future. All right, guys, I had an order. I wanted to say things and I screwed it up. I was so down, okay, in that shower listening to Simple Plan, right? Okay, and just hundreds of comments saying shit that's burned in my brain. And when I finally got it within me to pull up my Discord, so many of you guys messaged me and said, we care about you. We appreciate you. We know you have to do what's right for you. And yeah, like, maybe this isn't great for us, but we got your back. And seriously, thank you. And if you didn't say those things, it's completely fine. Even if you were someone who said something that was negative, that's fine too, because our views on everything changes. But just know that, like, if you appreciated me still and you saw the work that I put into the game and what I do, thank you, okay? That's the gist. That is the gist. Even for those that couldn't bring it with them, if they couldn't come to Facebook, just, it feels good to be appreciated, all right? And as always, I'm going to work really hard. And I've been cooking, all right? And, you know, there's been a lot with, like, esports going downhill. There's been a lot with this and that. You know, a lot of people feel like the COVID numbers aren't possible and all this stuff. And maybe that's true, but I'm going to work my hardest to break every record that's ever been broken, bring as many opportunities as I can for the players, but also, like, competitive scene aside, have some freaking fun, Lowy the Legends, community games, like, we've got stuff, all right? So, thank you, all right? Thank you. I'm reading your messages now. It means a lot. Seriously does. So much wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for Facebook as well. Titans League would have never happened. Wandering Warriors would have never happened. All the lands, I might not have been able to attend. I don't know. I do want to just say thank you to Facebook. Like, guys, they spoke to me. They compromised for me. They also, you know, gave me a nice salary as well. But, like, they heard me. They responded to me. Their platform's obviously behind in a lot of ways. They were awesome. They seriously were. I struggle with viewers not being able to sub from pages and some of the things that as a streamer you really need. And it just, I don't know if they're continuing with live streaming stuff or what. But as they thank you to Aaron and thank you to Brandon for making this possible for me. And I've really got no regrets. So yeah, listen, I'm gonna know soon. You guys are gonna know soon where it's gonna be. And the first stream will be coming on the next platform. Like I said, I've got a plan, all right? Sorry to not tell you exactly where I'm going, but today was my last stream on Facebook, all right? I hope I'll always have interest in doing this, but I think we've hit the 10-year mark, so I can't see that stopping. So thank you guys for the support. Thank you guys for the love. Again, like, people literally just said, like, I gotta say thank you to my mods as well, man. Like, can you imagine pulling all my mods in who started with me from the beginning? And I was like, hey, I'm going to Facebook. They thought I was kidding. And they were like, oh, okay, well, what are we doing? What can we do? Like, what can we do to make it easier? How can we still have fun? It's just, I feel very surrounded by people who believe in me. And I barely believed in myself when I started all this. So thank you. All right. So keep an eye out there. Keep an eye out. And it's going to be epic. All right. What else is cooking? Well, I mean, there's an order of events that has to happen here. All right. There's an order of events. If I'm changing platforms, we got to get some things established. So thank you guys for the love. I got to go work hard on this stuff that I've been working on for a while. And that's the announcement. The announcement is I am done on Facebook. And there will be somebody who is upset that there's not more than that, and it'll all come soon. Soon enough. When I know it's best, we'll be doing it, all right? So, anyways, I love you guys. Thank you. I remember talking about this game and playing this game, and there was like next to nobody online, and all my friends told me to play other games and that the graphics sucked with this game and that I was wasting my time and I needed to play a new game. My brother gifting me games on Steam, telling me to stop playing Age of Empires. I just kept doing it, and how we got here, I don't ever know. Picked a great day to hit a view record on Facebook, by the way, though, guys. I mean, it's great to end on a high. We hit 1 point. We are 2,000 people now. Where were you the last 2 years? What? Don't I have a right to be slightly salty? What? What the hell, man? I mean, thanks, guys. I was here. I was grinding, bro. I haven't seen my chat move this fast in 2 years and like 1 day. So, we were camping on YouTube. Got it. Well, thank you, guys. I feel very blessed, all right? Chat is frozen on screen. Well, wherever we go next, the chat won't consistently freeze, but we could blame chat for that. Oh, God. That's a way to end it right there. Well, now we got no chat, so now this is way weirder. Listen, I'm tempted to do a bit of a Q&A here and chat to you guys, because this is, you know, this is a moment where it's you know, that kind of an end of a chapter. So if you guys would like to stick around and do that, feel free. But like I said, the announcement is T90's done on Facebook, and I'm working hard on stuff, all right? You will know, okay? You will know. You will know, and it will be great. You do not need to be concerned. If I have to come knock on your door... No, I'm not doing that. If Dave has to come knock on your door, he will do it. As long as your mom is over for lunch. No, he might not like that joke. That's been a long time. Would you prefer to be an exploding king or regular villager? That's not necessarily the type of question I was expecting here. What are your reasons for leaving Facebook? Good question. So basically, when I came to Facebook, there was a lot of positives that could potentially happen with the platform. It was many steps behind the other platforms out there at the time. You know, they obviously they incentivized me to come here with a check. So that's just the simplified way of saying it. And so I needed a bit of a new challenge, but also it was I am in an industry that is not going to last forever. I might not have this in me to go at this rate forever. And so you have to look at it in a way that, like, guys, are we going to be here in 30 years having the same type of discussion? I'd love that to be yes, but fact of the matter is people lose interest. And the analytics kind of prove that. So it was one of those deals where I was like, if I could be as secure as possible and get the bag, as people say, the day that people stop watching, that everyone stops watching, I could still be that guy streaming in front of 10 or 15 viewers if I want to be. So, you know, just had to play it safe. And listen, I'm 30. I'm not 21 or 22 like I was. How many people are near 30 and see like their relationships and their family and their time with people so much differently than when they were early 20s? I don't know if it's just because I'm getting old, but like for me, man, I'm like, life's a little bit different, you know? You really got to look at it differently. You got to be like, man, I wish I could spend a weekend with my family right now. And like when I was 21 or 22, I was kind of like certain things can wait. And so like to be able to get like, to be more, I guess, specific here, like my parents moved out of the home they were in for 45 years. And to be able to be like, yo, mom and dad, let me help you move. Let me do this. And then have them fight me on it. And then have me fight them because they don't want help. But like, you know, that had to be in a situation where I could financially, I could like be supportive in a way, because I live near my family, right? I don't know. I don't have kids. There might be a T90, mini T90 someday? I don't think so. That's not in our plans. You know, I think I'd be a pretty, maybe I wouldn't be a crappy dad. I just don't really want kids, but that might change. You don't know. You just see life differently. And so it was like 2 years, man. Even if I had nobody show up for 2 years, it would have been worth it for me. But those of you that did, T91s, thank you, chat. Those of you that did, it means, just know that it really means a lot. It really does. Like, and like something that I felt, that I gathered with a lot of the comments when I left Twitch was like some people felt as though I didn't appreciate them and like I took them for granted. And I don't know how they thought that because I was sobbing uncontrollably, but I didn't communicate very well. And maybe they did, but I want you guys to know that if you showed up here and you supported the people who've been here and were like, yeah, okay, Facebook, that's kind of weird. Let's do it. Thank you. All right. And I am sorry as well for those of you that if you had issues with with some aspects of it and you had issues maybe connecting to it, watching on your TV and stuff like that, I'm sorry that I appreciate you going through that to experience all this. So I'm glad this divorce had less crying than last time. I'm really proud of myself, guys. I'm doing good. Next question. Community games tomorrow? No. Listen, tomorrow I spend all day. I'll probably be like a 10-hour day. Maybe not. Maybe 7. I'm going to record a bunch of videos. We're going to have new DLC content, but also some new small maps, which should be really fun for YouTube. And I'm going to go home with family and see my family for the first time in a while. So it feels like a good time for a bit of a break. And you guys should know where I'll end up soon enough, okay? There's a lot of cool stuff coming. Be home with my family for a week. Around then, you guys will know, all right? Here to represent the minority that watched more of your streams on Facebook than anywhere else. Yeah, and that's why I said what I said, because I feel like when something becomes normal and something becomes convenient, it sometimes hurts to change. But guys, the basis of me moving is I just don't think Facebook is the place to be for live streaming in the long term. And, you know, it needs to be more convenient for people to interact and to support and to watch and to load it up on various devices. And like at that level, at that level, I think Facebook's gotta improve. And so yeah, we're gonna take a look around a little bit, have some conversations, and get some emails in. But it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Okay. I appreciate you guys in advance. All right. I could probably talk all day because I'm super emotional. All right. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you to everyone who treated me the exact same way, whether I had 100 viewers or 10K. Thank you. All right. And for those that were the opposite of that, it's all good too. All right. Thank you, chat. How will you announce the new platform? Pay attention to my socials, of course. Twitter and Instagram. Guys, we're 200 subs away from 10K on Instagram. Actually, crap. I think my connections to get verified on Instagram are gone now. What have I done? Anyways, I'll post some stuff there. I'll post it in the Discord as well. I'm not big on a lot of the socials, but I will post stuff. All right. And I will also make a YouTube video, and you will know about it in videos. I will make sure that you know. And regardless of where this ends up being, there will be a crap ton of giveaways on the first couple streams. So if you like free stuff as well, that's an incentive to show up. All right. Thank you, chat. Appreciate it. I'm going to have to end it here.